sometimes what people say reflects more about their mentality than the people that they're talking about. And I think that is what happened with that whole needy outsider and B-grade actors debate is really just that. This video that went viral of me asking Karan about nepotism, and it's actually earlier than this whole nepotism debate started. And I'm the person who actually didn't just say nepotism, I said feudal. I've described Bollywood as feudal, and I stand by that. And I frankly don't need to be validated either by any outsiders or by any insiders for that matter. I mean, I have never hankered after getting validation from even Karan for that matter. Like, अगर आपने हमारे साथ agree नहीं किया, आप anti-national है, आप anti-Hindu है, आप anti-India है, क्या है ये? It's so stupid. There was no reason to doubt that the Maharashtra police was not being professional or ethical in their conduct. And I hope that now the CBI will be allowed to do its job in a fair and impartial manner.
Hi, welcome to Pink Villa. First of all, Swara, I have been waiting to do this because I absolutely love the kind of work you do, and I watched the 3 episodes which they showed us of Flesh.
Yeah.
And at some point I was numb because this is something we know it's a reality which happens on ground. There are times when I cringe because I see a man just, touching a girl without her permission, and as collectively as human beings you feel that cringe, you feel that punch, right? You were a part of that show and you were actually living that, you were going through that process. How disturbing perhaps it was for you while shooting?
I mean, it was definitely a show that was draining when we shot it, because, the thing is, as you said, the subject is so disturbing. It's unsettling. I mean, to think that in 2020, the sale of human beings is still a thing. Yeah. This is a problem. And I think that there is nothing more dehumanizing and frankly evil than the fact that we're doing this to children as well. I mean, that was actually the most disturbing aspect of the script for me, which is the trap with the children. I think that it was, of course, very draining. But I think that for me, what was something that saved me from feeling very, very low and depressed is that I actually play a very empowered character. Yeah. So I'm playing a character who's actually fighting and she's resisting and she's not letting go. She's at it. वो लगी हुई है, वो छोड़ के नहीं देगी उसको. So I think that there is actually a lot of hope in this story.
But tell me something, was there any point because you have always played empowering characters, so to say, I have at least seen you always play something which is empowering, right? How difficult is it to refuse perhaps cliche roles जो आते होंगे आपके लिए, वो आप refuse कैसे करते हो?
I think that I'm actually very straightforward and honest and respectful. I think that there is a way in which you can tell people that the truth, and you can be honest, you can be upfront, and you can be very, very respectful at the same time. And I think that I have a very simple theory. If I don't believe in the story and in the character, I can't do justice to it, and it's not going to help. So I always tell them very clearly कि मुझे नहीं समझ में आया, sir, sorry. And I always apologize because it's possible that it's my limitation of understanding that I can't understand it. Sometimes there's a genuine date issue. There's been projects where I can't do it because I just don't have the dates for it. And it's unfortunate because sometimes you have to let go of good projects also because you just are committed to something else in the past, something else. And that's happened to me actually with some international productions as well. But, I'm always I have an attitude that I don't spend time and emotion on things that I cannot control beyond a point. And I also have to say that, I'm very, it's very funny. I have this very strange belief in destiny when it comes to films. I really feel that films and roles find you. The ones you're supposed to do, meant to do, you will always do them. And that's true even of Flesh. Flesh was being offered to a whole range of other actresses before I came on board. And it was because they couldn't do it. I came on board and I'd actually heard of it for a while. Because Danish, who's the director, is a friend, and he told me he was working on it, and it seemed like a very interesting project. And in my heart, I thought that I wish I could be in it, and I was. Same thing happened with Anarkali. Anarkali went for 2 years. Yeah. They were trying to cast it, put it together, this, that, and finally it kind of came back to me. Same thing happened with Nil Bhatti. Same thing happened with Ranjana. So Prem Ratan Payo, Suraj Barjatia told me that he couldn't find an actress who was willing to play Salman Sir's sister because everyone wanted to romance him. Yeah. And because who wants to be the sister to a superstar? And I was like, I'll do it. And so I really feel like there is a certain game of destiny. You know, the role, the films you're meant to be in, and the roles you're supposed to do will find you.
Swara, because I think a lot of the criticism for you also stems from the fact that आपका political standing के वजह से I feel a lot of criticism comes to you irrespective of your craft. I don't believe in social media criticism too much these days because of
Yeah, absolutely.
how it happens. So where do you particularly look for feedback?
Well, I always when I have a release coming out, I always then make sure that I'm kind of looking through comments. Otherwise, I'm never looking at comments. And I sometimes go through my others folder, my DMs and all, and there's always nice messages over there. The people I meet, I mean, I have to say this to you, that touchwood, and this is the most wonderful thing about my life, that notwithstanding all the terrible comments on social media, and as I said, that's also why I've learned not to believe in social media criticism at all, because the reality is that, when I'm like, especially at airports, or when you're in public, in a shopping mall, or whenever you're in places where you can access the public freely, I have always had people come up and say that we loved your role, we loved this role, we loved that role. Literally in my life, I have never had someone in person come up to me and say you're a bad actor, or we didn't like your role. I mean, yeah. So I've even had a situation where even when trolls have met me in public, they're like, "Ma'am, can we have a selfie?" And then they'll say, "कि हमने troll किया आपको, ha ha." So the thing is that I really feel that social media is a twisted reality. It is a very perverse, toxic, twisted reality, and perhaps we shouldn't take it so seriously. Because I mean, just remember how much controversy was generated around V-Ray, and the film was the highest opening film of that quarter of that year.
So tell me something. After doing all of this, and you're doing very well for, you're doing very well for yourself, and yet sometimes you get called a B-grade actor or a needy outsider. How do you respond? I mean, how do you personally take it? I mean, of course, we've seen you've responded publicly to all those things, right? But personally, how do you take it? Because,
Well, I think that, so firstly, in my head, B stands for best. So I'm like, yeah, go ahead, call me whatever you like. Look, two things. One, sometimes what people say reflects more about their mentality than the people that they're talking about. And I think that is what happened with that whole needy outsider and B-grade actors debate is really just that. It's, I think that people were revealing their own mentality rather than really saying anything about me or Tapsi or anyone. And the other thing is really that I want to say this, that I think it's fine. Look, I'm a democratic person. This is a democratic society. People have a right to their opinions. And I believe in freedom of speech and expression. And I will defend anybody's right to express themselves freely, even if it means
targeting you.
Yeah, even if it means that I have to listen to some galis, or even if it means I have to be criticized, that's fine. You can completely okay for people to think, have an opinion about me. I have an opinion about them. So it's fine. I have no problem with that. Look, the only reason I responded was, at that point, it was initially, you may have noticed, I responded with humor. But I just felt that that I don't, like, I think that you shouldn't lie. You can call me what you want, but you shouldn't lie. There was this video that went viral of me asking Karan about nepotism, and it's actually earlier than this whole nepotism debate started. And I'm the person who actually didn't just say nepotism, I said feudal. I've described Bollywood as feudal, and I stand by that. So, I mean, to say that I support nepotism is, quite frankly, a lie. It's a falsehood. So at that point, I will step in and say, I'm sorry, you can call me what you want, but you're lying. So that's really what it is. But it's not something I take personally. I mean, as I said, people have the right to have their opinions, and it's not necessary that everyone will have, everyone should, like me or think that I'm the cat's whiskers. And I'm not unused to criticism. I mean, that's pretty much all I get on social media for other reasons, and of course it's sponsored and whatever. Yeah. So it's fine. Yeah, I mean, it really doesn't bother me. I mean, I know my own caliber. I'm confident of my own craft, and I frankly don't need to be validated either by any outsiders or by any insiders for that matter. I mean, I have never hankered after getting validation from even Karan for that matter, or anybody else. I mean, I am the person who has stood up for what I believe in, to the extent that I've written an open letter to Sanjay Bhansali, who is the biggest, most iconic director in Bollywood. And I put my name on it. It was not an anonymous letter. I put my name on it. So, I mean, that is my level of belief in my own convictions. I really do not need validation from anyone except my audiences, perhaps. And that I have, touch wood, always got. So,
this herd mentality is there कि हर कोई बोल रहा है तो मतलब इनको भी बोलना चाहिए. Otherwise, if they don't say, then they are for it. The entire mentality today is
the thing is that it's not just in Bollywood, right? In our entire society now, there is this kind of, as you said, herd mentality, but there's also this really bizarre kind of attitude that if you're not with us, you're against us. That it's either us or them. ये दो कबीले हैं. ये it's like अगर आपने हमारे साथ agree नहीं किया, आप anti national है, आप anti Hindu है, आप anti India है. क्या है ये? It's so stupid. It's such a juvenile way of debating or thinking about things, right? I mean, this business of, we've become a society that always wants to put labels on everyone, on ourselves, on other people. Like, it's just, I find this whole thing so childish and so pointless, actually, So this is something I actually do not subscribe to, but I think that why it's happening is that this is the public discourse in our country now. It's become so polarized कि या तो ये बस यही दो चीजें हो सकता है. या तो आप हमारे समर्थन में हो, नहीं तो आप टेररिस्ट हो, नहीं तो आप एंटी नेशनल हो. क्या है? What are these words even? Like, look at the number of new random words that have come up. It's completely idiotic. I mean, I frankly, I would urge everyone not to buy into this kind of idiotic labeling. Really.
I remember there was a tweet which happened wherein they mentioned that actually Kangana, who is today talking about outsiders being ill-treated and personal experience उन्होंने जो कहा है अपना, there was a tweet which mentioned that she actually had a problem with you giving a good shot on a set of Tanu Weds Manu, wherein the director had to actually intervene and just calm things down for her. Is it true? I mean, only if you want to share.
I think that, honestly, I think that there is no point kuderoing past things. That because, as I said, that at this moment there's already enough noise and cacophony and accusations and counter accusations. I don't really want to add to anything by substantiating or refuting any reports that are out there, because I don't want another headline on this issue. It's really it's a non-issue. I mean, a lot of it's a non-issue. I think that there are many more serious things in the world. There is a pandemic going on. It's not over yet. Okay, so I think that we have other things to focus on. We've really forgotten that. Can't wait for it to end. But so I think that there are other things to focus on, and it's really like, there is a certain childishness now to this whole debate. So I would actually really want to not come that at all.
Yeah, I completely respect that. CBI inquiry has been ordered today. I mean, by the Supreme Court. How do you see this entire case now taking a turn? Because the entire it had become a media circus, actually, to be very frank.
I mean, there's nothing new to add to this. I've already said that the courts must be allowed to do their job. The judicial system must be allowed to do its job. The police should have been allowed to do its job. I don't think it is fair to suggest that the Maharashtra police was not doing a good job or was not being professional. I think that there is a problem right there, that we did not trust the Maharashtra police. We should have. There was no reason to doubt that the Maharashtra police was not being professional or ethical in their conduct. And I hope that now the CBI will be allowed to do its job in a fair and impartial manner.
I hope so too. On a parting note, now with Flesh, what is that one emotion that you think people will take away by the end of the last episode? Eighth episode ki series.
8 episodes, yeah. So I really hope, I hope that people really feel disturbed and unsettled. I mean, I really hope that it impacts them to think about more and pay some attention to the fact that this is a reality in our society. I hope we become more aware of it. I think that if we can just start by educating ourselves, awareness is empowerment. I think let's start by educating ourselves on this issue, and then we'll find a way of saying, all right, how can we contribute to change this, or how do we stop this? But let's just start at a very basic level with educating ourselves. And I hope that is at least something that Flesh will help people towards thinking more about trafficking, educating ourselves a little more.
And thank you so much for leading way with all these powerful stories and scripts, because we really wait for it. And I personally love your work, so I will always say, I will always maintain that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, and I'm sorry that it took so long to kind of put this together, and it was a pleasure chatting with you.
No, no, bye.